Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Good to see you. I'm doing a sit down video today. First one of those actually in a very long time. I do apologise for that. There's been a lot going on, mainly with university, let's say. But anyway, hopefully I can tell you a bit about that in this video. Now, this video is about what online uni is really like, pros and cons. Now, I've done it for pretty much one semester. I'm in week 9 of 10 of my semester, so I pretty much finished it. I just got all the deadlines to go, which is kind of the worst part. Everyone knows end of semester kills you, so yeah, give it a thumbs up if you're also struggling, let's say, with, what do you call them? Finals? End terms? I don't know. Yeah, it's rough out here. But that's why I just thought this video would be really useful, because this is kind of the first time where a lot of unis are going online, and then there are prospective students who probably haven't started, may have taken a gap year this year because they weren't ready to begin, and just want a bit of an insight. So guys, that's me. I'm here to give that to you. Okay, we're going to start on a positive note. We're going to start with the pros. One pro is that you're very independent to a level you've probably never been before in your university life. By that, as a positive, is that you have to learn to be very resourceful and how to sort things out for yourself. I think at normal uni, you have to be very independent anyway. That kind of comes with coming to uni, but online there are absolutely no teachers who are going to see you and be asking questions about your progress and how you're enjoying the course. It's really not as personal. So you got to do it yourself, and that why I'm saying it as a good thing is because it really, I guess, prepares you for when you graduate, that no one is going to be on your back, most likely, unless it's your parents. I think it's bad for some people because it throws you right into the deep end, but I've personally found it an extra, just a challenge to see if I'm ready to not be in uni, sort of thing, if that makes sense. How well can I cope just completely independently with a high workload. And it's been hard, let me tell you, but it really just forces you to organize yourself. Yeah, so my first con is very much in line with that. There's absolutely no one checking on you. It's very easy to fall behind. The only deadlines I had where it resulted in me maybe getting penalized or something bad happening if I didn't do the work was my actual assessments, which count for the grade. And that's kind of scary, because if I hadn't done all the readings or all the work leading up to the assessments that are expected of you, and if I'd literally done none of it, no one would know until they mark my assessment, and then they're oh, she really was probably struggling with the course, but I had no idea, which they might be able to tell a bit earlier in tutorials with just your engagement or your attendance or how much you're contributing and how much you know, and then they may pull you aside and say, are you okay with the course? None of that. For semester 1, this semester I had loads of discussion boards, so very few online tutorials for at least the first half of the semester. So you could just there were some people that wouldn't even reply to the discussion boards. So for example, the teacher would pose a question and then everyone has to do the reading and then write 300 words or something to respond. And some people wouldn't do it. If you have a busy week, then okay, I never got an email once. I think I missed a couple weeks when I was sick for one of my courses, and I never once got an email saying, everything okay with you? Are you good? I was one who emailed them saying, guys, I'm sick, apologies, I haven't been engaging so well because I can't look at a computer right now, you know? So it's very much you're on your own, sweetheart. So another positive is that you can stick to your own timings, and that is beautiful. I love that. My lectures were all pre-recorded, or none of them were live except for one. So that meant if I wanted to watch my lectures at the end of the week, I could, or at the start of the week and just get them all over in one day, I also could. So I just had so much freedom with that, and that meant that you could really like plan your days around like also fun stuff too. You know, if you want to go for brunch in the morning and then just do your work in the evening, you can, or like vice versa. You have that flexibility of online uni, or at least the way my uni did it. Some people do more live stuff. Mine was just very much like uploaded stuff, so that was great. I really enjoyed that. I just got to be really in control of how I'm using my time, as long as by the end of the week I've got all the stuff I needed to do done. With like tutorials and lectures, it was very much easy for me to do that, to get all the tutorial work done. With assessments, that's when it's been a bit hard because of procrastination, which is what I'll talk about probably next. Then we'll go for another con. Procrastinating when you're online is a real bummer for me, because especially with essays, like with lectures, I'm just like, I'm good with that. I'm fine to just get there, just sit with my headphones and make notes. But with essays, I hate writing essays anyway for uni. It's just not my thing. I don't love it. I don't love it. When you have like a question or a topic that is just, you don't get it, and then you want to procrastinate a little bit more. With online uni, I think it's just a lot easier to do that, because also you're not in an environment where you're in a classroom with your friends and people are talking about, oh yeah, I submitted my essay already 2 weeks before the deadline, or oh yeah, have you started it? Like, what question are you doing? I'm finding it like this. Like, there's no real communication about schoolwork unless you're probably living in a flat with people who do your course. It means that procrastination this semester has got me like crazy with essays. I just don't want to do them, and no one has to tell me to do them. I just need to like submit them in time, and that can mean that maybe your grades are not going to be maybe as good. Yeah, I'm going to give you probably my biggest positive of online university, and that is that you can do it from absolutely anywhere in the world. Like this semester, I took it upon myself to move to Berlin because an opportunity came about, and it's been great. I've enjoyed experiencing and exploring another city, interacting in a foreign language, meeting new people, aside from like lockdown and that whole situation. But like that was really cool, because obviously if you're fixed in one spot, like me being in Edinburgh, that would never happen, that I can just say, oh, I'm just going to do the semester from another country, or I'm just going to do the semester at home. No, like it doesn't happen. So that I think is great. You just get that freedom of just being able to travel whilst you're studying, like doing two things at once, or just being like at home, like deciding I'm gonna go home for 2 weeks, and not having to think that means I'm gonna miss like 4 tutorials and however many lectures. Like you're just a lot more free with where you physically are, and I like that. Obviously, like now it's lockdown and that's not possible, but we're thinking positively here. Like if your uni was online for a while, that is probably the best part for me. I think my negative list is longer than my positive list, I'm gonna say that. But another negative is you don't get to see your friends in person, or just people in person. Like, especially with lockdown, obviously, like I understand why, but it can be very lonely and isolating in that sense if you're just seeing, like, I live with 2 flatmates. What that means is that you're just seeing the same faces over and over, and anyone else's faces you're seeing are through a screen. Not everyone has their camera turned on, and that means you can just be literally just talking to voices, like just hearing voices, like not interacting like personally with people. And I miss that interaction, I really do. I never thought I would, because it always annoyed me, like being in a classroom with annoying people. But yeah, well, when you experience something else, you realize what you had when you actually hated that. Don't be mad about seeing your peers in person, guys, if you're getting to see them right now. Another positive is that it's definitely cheaper. You can study from, as I said, wherever in the world, or you can just stay at home, and that could mean like you're not paying rent. Like my rent in Berlin is way cheaper than what I was paying in Edinburgh, and it just feels like you can save your money a bit better or just have more autonomy over what you're spending. I think that's great. Okay, that's kind of the end of my positive list. We can just go over to the negatives now. Okay, so another thing that really bugged me about online uni is this semester my uni got rid of exams. I understand like that's probably because they had no idea how they were gonna run exams in the middle of this whole pandemic, but that meant that I got way more coursework this semester than I ever have before, and that's pretty hard because we didn't get like an extension for how long we get to write them. So bear that in mind. Like the workload I found increased a lot normally, but at the end of the semester you have like coursework for half of your modules and exams for half of them. So it's very much a balance. But this semester, it's just straight coursework, about 3,000, 4,000 word essays for each of the courses. And yeah, and they're all coming at once. So it's very intense right now, which is why I've been so bad at posting, because it's been like this since mid-semester. And then obviously I moved to Germany as well. So yeah, I apologize guys. I have not quit. Another negative is that you're very much just glued to your laptop. Which is another reason why I haven't filmed videos and like edited videos, because I just get so fed up of sitting on my laptop once I've finished my work for the day. I just don't want to look at a screen. Just being on a computer, which I'm now just associating with work, I just don't like it. Not being able to like change up my workspace as well. So right now I'm like in a flat, so that means that I can only really work like in my bedroom. I don't have a desk, so just on my bed or in the kitchen on the table. This isn't such like an online uni disadvantage, it's more a lockdown disadvantage. But I guess it's something to think about because we don't know how long these lockdowns will continue for. Sometimes you just get so fed up of mixing like your chilling environments with your working environments. Like I'm sitting on this bed to write my essays and also like relax after schoolwork is done. I'm finding it really difficult as the semester has gone on. There have been points where I'm just like so demotivated, and what I really need is a change of study environment, and I just don't get that. Another sad thing as well I'd say is that if you were very involved in like your societies at university before, that obviously kind of goes away. I've seen people trying to run them online, and I just personally don't get involved because after I've completed my classes online, there's no way I want to sit on my laptop and talk to people through a screen for the rest of the evening. That can mean like, yeah, you end up isolating yourself a little bit. Like I wouldn't say I've been so involved with my university this semester, like extracurricularly, I've done nothing. Okay guys, that's kind of where I'm gonna stop today. I could probably go on and go into detail on some of these things. Let me know whether you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you agree or disagree will be really interesting. Okay guys, well thank you for watching if you came this far, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.